And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RaidCall EMS 1 Fall Cup number 3. That's very loud in my ear. I don't know if I can turn... Yeah, I can turn myself down a little bit. That's good, because I was about to blow my eardrums out. If you were with us last week and the week before, you'll have noticed that the studio has changed. Yes, that's right.
Just a small bit.
We are finally in our refurbished, lovely Studio 3, and it's a splendiferous place.
It's lovely. It is very nice in here. It's got aircon and everything.
It's very cool in here as well. And we have a lovely producer. Producer Matt is with us this evening to bring you all the games. So anything that goes wrong,
blame him.
Blame Matt.
Yep.
It's all down to him, nothing to do with
or
me,
Max
thankfully.
Rieger in Twitch chat. He's
or
also to blame.
Max Rieger in Twitch chat.
Yep.
Yes, thank you guys for helping us mod the channel this evening as well. Yep. We will stay in touch with you throughout the evening via Twitch and also via Twitter as well. You've already seen our Twitter bits at the bottom. But before we get to all of the crazy stuff with the first games, we're going to be bringing you the round of 32, 16 and the quarterfinal this evening, all best of one. And then tomorrow night, both semi-finals and the grand final from Cup number 3. Can Ninjas in Pyjamas make it 3 out of 3? It would be incredible. It's never been done in the history of RaidCall EMS 1. They've never actually had back-to-back wins until last week when NIP took home the gold. Let's show you the bracket for this evening. It's a bit of a it's a bit of a bottom-heavy bracket, if I might say so.
To say the least there. So obviously in the top part, you still see the likes of Ninjas in Pyjamas, you got LDLC in there, Western Wolves, but they're fairly separated. So by the time they meet up, we're already going to be looking towards the quarters, the semis, at the very earliest. But you go down to the lower half.
Bottom half stacked. Look at that.
It's pretty darn stacked. Yeah. You've got Na'Vi, you've got ESC, Astana Dragons for the first time, myXMG, who I want to see more from because they've got Critical back.
You're such a fan girl.
I love Critical. He gets a lot of grief. They've got a lot of talent. They haven't been able to prove it. This is a chance, and very games as well. So the lower half is where the action's going to be for me personally. All eyes on that. I think that we're going to get some incredible matches. Maybe not the first round, but as soon as you get into the second lot, it's going to be insane stuff. The likes of Astana Dragons could face off against ESC in the round of 16. You got very games possibly, you know, going against myXMG or Alternate, not too huge. But then you look even further than that. It's going to be incredible. Copenhagen Wolves, Na'Vi, the lot. It's a huge amount of games going on there, and you certainly don't want to miss any of it. So I personally want to stick towards that lower part of the bracket because going by previous records, by all accounts, NIP should get all the way through there by, you know, they should. Unless some massive upset happens, they should go all the way through. So we should be able to kind of look past that one, I'd say, and keep eyes on that lower part because a lot of good teams could go out very early there.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think you're right. We're going to kick things off this evening with Team Alternate from Germany against myXMG. We've seen XMG before, but
yes, we have.
To be fair, they weren't fully stacked in terms of... They had a decent stand-in. But, you know, they weren't the 5 that they ordinarily are.
That's
Tonight we're hopefully going to get that. So we'll see myXMG versus Alternate as game 1. Before we get to that as well, it's worth remembering and reminding you, if you aren't familiar with it, updating you on how RaidCall EMS 1 works. It's fairly unique. We have 4 cups throughout each season. This is our 3rd season of the year. Over $150,000 to be given away to all the teams throughout the 3 seasons. There are 4 cups each season. There's $1,000 up for grabs each and every week for the first 4 weeks. They'll accumulate points, which you can find out on csgo.raidcall-ems1.com. And you can go there and nailed it every time, right? It's like ingrained in the brain.
It has. It just can't
and you can check out the rankings throughout the season. The top 16 teams, and only the top 16s, will advance to the playoffs. The playoffs will happen in our 5th week, and it will be 4 groups of 4. The top 2 from each of those groups will go through to the LAN finals. I'm not going to give anything away, but we do have a little bit of a change of format this year. Just, you know, Larry's not watching, I can probably tell them.
Larry's always watching.
I know, he's eagle-eyed. So I can't tell you what it is right now, but we do, honestly, have a really nice change of surprise for you. For the LAN finals, which is going to be fantastic. I've already had 2 LAN finals. You can check them out on our ESL TV YouTube page. Just go to YouTube and search for ESL TV. You'll find them all on there. They are a fantastic event, and we're going to have a 3rd one before the end of the year as well. So that's how it works. Top 16 goes through the playoffs, top 8 goes through the LAN finals, and then we award them a bunch of cash and a nice trophy.
Not bad at all, really, is it?
Not bad for a couple of weeks' work.
Yeah, it's a good way to spend your time.
Indeed.
But yeah, looking at the game we have coming up, myXMG against Team Alternate.
Yes.
Now, I have always wanted to see these guys now with their full lineup. There's no excuses, there's no issues. Last time, Critical, obviously, his PC was not working, so Rattlesnake stepped up. He did fairly well. You can't deny
he did all right
exactly.
as an individual, but it's always hard when you get a new guy going in.
And it's your team leader who's now missing. And then prior to that, I think it was Red Snake was on holiday, so they've not really had a chance to show themselves within their full capacity. Now, they are ranked 21, I believe, at the moment. So, you know, they've got a lot of work to do. I was speaking to Luke himself, you know, Critical, and said, you know, how do you feel going into this? Because really, you've not been performing to the standard I know they can play to. And it was like, well, we've looked at the teams above us, we've looked at our possible games, we feel as though we can now perform.
Yes.
I've spent $3,000 on a new PC, I want to make sure we're performing, all right? So he's got a lot of money.
Need some ROI on that PC. Yeah, it's also worth mentioning they are just outside the top 16 right now with 10 points. Last season, only needed 35 points. Now, that's a quarter-final appearance.
Yes.
So if XMG were able to get to the quarter-finals in either one of the last two cups, they could, in theory, qualify for the top 16, but I think there's going to be, I think you might need a little bit more points this year. I think 40, 45 might be the cut-off point, but we'll see.
Take into account Alternate are ranked 15 at the moment, and they've had a bit of a rocky road. You need to step up now in these final cups, because otherwise it's very, very close. So make sure you check that on the website as well. It's got the full listings. There's a lot of tied up, you know, ranking markers at the moment, because it all gets defined in the next couple of cups, which is the interesting part, because you start seeing teams needing to perform. And the other one I want to be looking at is the Astana Dragons as well, because obviously they're very new to this cup at least, or the last couple of ones they weren't in attendance for because they didn't qualify into it. Now they are. They've got to get some hefty results very, very quickly. I don't know what the minimum they need to get, but...
Well, I think they need to get at least the semi-finals tonight, which would give them 50 points. And that will pretty much assure them of a place in the playoffs. But it's all mathematical and jimbo-jumbery right now, because
Jimbo-jumbery.
Jimbo-jumbery is an official phrase now that we've coined. We are almost ready to go live, so let's drop you into the game. myXMG versus Team Alternate. As you can see, they're busy warming up right now, but they aren't far away. So let's run through the teams. Mole, Zed, Steel, Red Snake, not the Snake, and Critical. Yeah, now I want to just talk about the stand-in here, because we were talking about the fact that they used a stand-in before, and they've got another one.
Yeah. I'm not going to knock it.
What is it with
UK
British
teams, man? I kid you not.
What is it?
It's this incestuous scene. It always has been. Like, every single team has always had these various changes. You know, whether it be Dignitas, whether it be TCM within its time, any single kind of collective of UK players switches and changes. But this is not a bad collective of individuals. They have their main team leader. They have the vast majority of the bulk behind them. Steel is a good addition. I can imagine for now at least. I don't think he'll underperform here, and he'll only bring, you know, a good bit of, you know, the vocal talent to the side as well for me. He's always so good at that.
Let's see how he works out. We've also got the alternate team, or the old Berserk team as they were called, Felix Asmo, Sonic, Rack and Iddy, all ready to rock and rumble. Knife round is underway. It's always become a little bit more interesting since the introduction of all of the new knives and the skins, because it's always, I just stand there going, ooh, look at that. That's a boring knife, but you'll know what I mean if we get to...
It's ones with pretty colours on it, you know.
Come on. Hey, there we go.
At least Asmo's been doing work.
See, the flip knife with the slaughter skin on it as well.
That looks kind of cool.
Yeah, but it's not going to help.
Looks like it's got ketchup on it a little bit, though.
It's about as orange as my shirt.
I'm trying to work out what your shirt colour is. I'm still working on
orange.
it. It's like a salmon peach.
I don't know.
This is what
I'm
happens,
mildly colourblind.
I'm mildly colourblind. It's a bad way to be.
It's a minor affliction of some kind. Anyway, knives are done. Have fun. And indeed we will have fun. Watching Team Alternate versus myXMG. Can the boys from Britain make their way through into the last 16. We did have British team, of course, go through. It was Rattlesnake's team in Season 1 and make it all the way through the LAN finals as well. But no such joy in Season 2. It's such a shame for the UK scene to be struggling. But, if I'm honest, it wasn't much different back in the 1.6 days. We had 4 Kings and a bit of Dignitas from time to time, but that was about it. Source was a little bit more different. We certainly had the Dignitas and what were the Salvo guys in the end doing very well. But in CSGO, nothing to shout home about so far, even when Rattlesnake's boys were mouse spawns. Here we go then, Red Snake trying to get things working on short here. He's got Mole alongside him. Double incendiaries going down on short just to stop that push. quite early for those, considering we've still got over a minute remaining of the round. Asmo almost already down. Still nails a headshot onto the top of Asmo. Actually, it wasn't a headshot in the end, but he did manage to dispose him with the first shot. And they've replied back in on Critical. Now here comes the long A push. 3 men waiting to cross, whilst Felix pushes mid. They've got 1 man left up here, and I think he might just catch them out here. He does catch one. Can he get the second here? Brilliant positioning from Mole. Lands the headshot on it. He's down, and we're at a 4v3 now. myXMG in control here. Bomb planted. Rack now round the corner. Zed into the site. Takes down one. Gets the second one as well. And XMG are going to win the round with Red Snake taking the final kill. And the Brits have stepped up in round 1.
Yeah, I really like their push then, actually. You know, teasing up short for a bit and then focusing down long. Still, Killer really opened up the A side, I've got to say it. That was awesome stuff coming out from him. So, already kicking things off to a good start. The Berserker side, or Team Alternate, as you should refer to them, or I should at least, just didn't seem to kind of get their head around what was going on there a little bit. Seemed a little bit confounded, but nevertheless, we are seeing Steel looking towards those B tunnels. Nice shot onto Rack. Not going to get the follow-up too easily. Felix there still staying alive just about, and slowing down myXMG just a touch. So, the push is still happening. Oh my word, Mole, what a lovely bit of positioning there. Completely catching the rotate, taking out Asmo. Felix still standing tall on the side. Mole eliminates him. Lovely stuff. They may be on just a pistol, you know, the CTs are on just a pistol, but still, that was really well executed there. Now, Solic and IDQ, the last two standing, they should go by all rights to myXMG, unless something drastic can change. Bomb still ticking. Well, dug in deep on the site, looking for his way through to IDQ. Does get the headshot there. And now Solic, the only man alive, being hunted down by the man who's just returned to the lineup, Critical. And there we have it. 2 rounds back to back. That's what they want to be doing. Only losing Zed then. Not a bad way to go with the bomb down. Good money in the pocket.
Yeah, Mole sort of playing the... I don't want to build him up too much here, but, you know, he's playing the get-right role at the moment. The sneaky role. Yeah. Stood up top mid, waited for 2 of them to pop on a short earlier in the first round, and then second round popped up at the bottom of mid to pick up the opening kill. There's a little bit of damage done down on Mole, actually, at long there. He's on 42, so saving for AWP next round. Actually, no, because Critical has gone off already. Strange. I might just check out the money. Yeah, okay. No, they're all right. Weird. I know that spraying through the door from Steel's not going to do anything there. And at the moment, they are set up. 3 at B, 2 at A. Or 2 at B, rather. Well, I'm sort of saying that, and actually IDQ's sort of mid at the moment. Rack now getting aggressive. And they've done quite a lot of bit of damage here. Red Snake down to 28, Mole 42. Critical's also taking a little bit of damage here as well. Now as a mid push comes in, Felix pops around the corner, gets the first kill. Reply back from Steel. And then Critical will pick off Rack with the AWP. And Sonic trying to push through, and Critical will finish him off as well. And 1 man remaining now is Asmo. He's going to be sneaky here in mid, and he's not going to pick up the kill, despite the fact that he probably should have done. Yeah, if I'm honest. By all rights, the centimetre behind aiming generally doesn't help you out that much. But I've got to say it, the rotate's coming in from the T side right now. I hope you're not picking on my mate Asmo. I kind of was. I like him too, but you know he's a lovely chap. Tell me it wasn't a centimetre behind. It was probably about a metre behind. Yeah, all right. I was trying to be nice then. But as you saw then, I love the rotates. Each member is able to pick up what Mole did. Saw Critical there with the AWP holding the rotate. Oh, Solic missing a bit of a sitter there. Does go back for seconds. Finds Steel. So maybe that mid-push not going to be so easy this time for myXMG. And thrown back a touch. You can see Red Snake just shooting a couple of bullets towards short to keep them at bay. But right now, it's all about the CT side. They have the advantage on the first gun round really here. So maybe they can start something building. Red Snake receives 20% damage by B, gets knocked back, but myXMG looking to make their way through those double doors. Stunning shot from Mole, takes out Felix, but will they expect the follow-up player there? Last time it was just Felix, Critical finding IDQ, they have found him. Berserker Rag goes down, and now only 2 stand. Solic and Asmo up against 4, but the T-side are fairly damaged. Then again, bomb plant all in B. It's not going to be easy to retake, and I don't think they're going to be going for it. Solic there just sitting back with the AWP. Smart move there. You don't want to be losing that one anytime soon. And it does seem as though myXMG, they got a little bit of a
a bad start that round, let's say, by losing Steel, but they picked it up perfectly, and those opening shots towards the site were absolutely astounding.
Yeah, they were. I mean, it's a curious start. It's almost like Critical has got his boys pumped up at the start of the game and said, like, we need to be on it from the get-go this evening, and that's exactly what they've been doing. They've added a 4th round on a gun round as well, and they'll finish off Asmo at the end of the round just for giggles, basically. And that'll be 4-0 now. And frankly, I've seen very little in terms of resistance from Alternate. There was a missed AWP shot on mid where he could have picked up 2 and then changed the entire game. As it was, he got 1. Back on a save round again. And Red Snake, ooh, that's more than a ding, isn't it? 3 health left. I think he's going to be going for that one anytime soon. Ooh. Yeah, got the position advantage now with that smoke deployed. But he's pretty much done as far as the round's concerned at the moment, apart from some defence. They've got 2 mid, 2 short right now. 2 up on a short. Also damaged down to 23 health. That grenade's going to be good! Not quite! Red Snake down to 3, of course, and Critical is now down to 7. There goes Red Snake. He's finished off. And Critical down to 7. Here comes the push. Steel's going to get caught short. He literally had his pants round his ankles then, as Rack buries that one into his head. And Asmo now has picked up the frag on Critical. Zed replying back. They're still under pressure here, myXMG, and they really shouldn't be. It's 3v2 in favour of Team Alternate. All 3 men, full health, and AWP in the hand of Solek right now. And Zed and Mole trying to make their way towards the bomb site, running out of time here. And they're split between the sites. One at A is, actually there's 3, yeah, there is 2, so they're split, and one's coming long A. And one is trying to push mid now. Here comes Zed round the corner. They've managed to set up a brilliant crossfire, but are running out of time now. 12, 11, 10. Bomb about to be planted. It's a 2v2. Have XMG turn this one around? Mole's going to come face to face with IDQ now. Any moment now. Doesn't spot him. And Mole wins the battle. They've turned this one around now. Sonic last man standing with AWP. Does he go for this? Or does he save that AWP? He will save. And after a very, very brave attempt on an eco, it's actually myXMG that do win round 5. But that was tough.
Yeah, that was no easy feat then. The alternate side really got in their faces there. They were literally, every single chance they had, they challenged, and it paid off 3 times then. And I've got to say, Zed on 8 HP as well. That's... Yeah. They were close on that one. He was lucky to stay alive. Thank God Zed took the reins then and led it all the way through A.
But look at Mole. 10-4-0 right now. Never mind on fire. The guy is literally a human holocaust of his own. He is literally burning the world right now. Sonic, though, with the opening kill.
Yeah, indeed. Taking out Critical Air, the opposing member with the AWP, and that's the advantage they needed. But they're still looking to go through these double doors. Steel just powerhousing through, gets one, denied the second. Felix comes back in, and now we're left in a 4v3 in favour, finally, to the CT side. Red Snake, Zed, and Mole still looking to go through the double doors, and Asmo might be actually cottoning onto this. He can get in a great position here. The smoke and nades are coming through. Felix now backing away. He looks a little bit panicked, and you can see why. Rack trying to lock down the hole in the wall, but here comes myXMG bursting forward. Felix finds one, Rack with the second, but Zed has dealt with them and now gets the bomb down, but can he find the last 2? Face it! Oh! Stunning shot onto Asmo. 1v1 now, 53 seconds. Lots of time to play with. And now the bomb is against the CT side. Can he go huge and get 4 here? Oh, that was such an anticlimactic moment. I wanted so much more, Zed. But anyway, he tried hard. He got 3 then. And by all rights, he shouldn't have got that 3rd. But sadly enough, or happily enough, if you are supporting the German side, they have got 1 more back on the board. And they needed that, to be fair.
They really did need that. And that might just give us a game after all. 5-1 now. And that's going to help us in terms of having a game. But is it going to help Alternate now? They need to win a couple more in a row. They don't want to lose this one either. Back on a save after this one, and Psych will pick up the frag on Red Snake. That was all too easy down there at long A. Oof, and Asmo almost picking up a second. Still, well, he's living life dangerously, isn't he? 3 health in the last round, 7 health around before that, and 2 this half, 2 in this round. Zed comes straight through mid. They've done a really good job of getting to mid, but they might just get caught out here. 2 pushing through right now, one of which is Asmo. IDQ picks up the first one, Asmo gets the second, and Critical will now be the last man alive here in a 1v3. And has switched out the AWP, so he fancies this. 12 health though. Oh dear, he's going to get caught short here in the B tunnels. Goes back to collect the AWP, but that's not going to work either. And IDQ with a double makes it 2 in a row for Team Alternate.
Well, it took 7 rounds, but Team Alternate are learning what was working for myXMG in those early few. So hopefully we're going to see a little bit more resistance coming in. We're going to start seeing the adaptation further from myXMG if we can. But those early AWP shots landing, getting them that opening kill has been making a world of difference. And generally that's all Solic there stepping up. But let's see if they're going to go back to that. So 3 members towards B this time, 2 on long. Wow, it seems as though Team Alternate want to be playing the sites rather than challenging early. See if it's going to pay off. You can see a little bit of a lighter buy with the T side as well. Not going all out. A bit of a Galil in the mix. They are going towards A. They've made some great progress up short. They've read it perfectly. Now Red Snake needs to find these 2, or at least 1. Asmo being challenged first, and well, Asmo wins. That was a little bit of a spray and pray from Red Snake, and that did not go well. Steal now at long. The bomb is down and ticking. He's trying to keep these 2 busy, and he's done just that. Does take him down to now 4v4 all even, but nice shot coming from Rack up the ramp towards A. Now Mole trying to hold it from short. Peers through. Absolute selection of frags to pick up. He has found Rack, but Sonic replies onto Critical. 2v2, all even, all square. It's going to come right down to the wire. Oh, Felix was going to go for a real end. He does fake it out. Oh, Sonic comes in onto Mole, and the follow-up takes out Steel. Lovely play. I do believe there's just about enough time to come in there. And Team Alternate, well, that was a close one, but they certainly brought it back in when it mattered.
Yeah, and an odd position for the plant as well, because you can't defend that from long.
And that's where they put 2 of their players on
the
the
T side. And they put 2
T-side.
players, and they were trying to defend from short at the same time, which was peculiar. So that one didn't work. And XMG now on a save. Not quite enough for the 4-bite. Asmo coming under some fire early on. Just literally, that happens to me a lot, by the way. You just change over to a grenade or a flash and someone pops around the corner and you end up dying early. Sonic doesn't get the first, but does get the second. Here comes IDQ around the side as well. He probably should have done better there, but anyway, he's going to flash out. Phoenix actually steals away the kill on Critical, and that'll leave 3. But here come myXMG. No fear whatsoever. They're going to blast their way in towards the bomb site and plant, this time a little bit more intelligently, inside the smoke. 3 men down, and if that's all they get out of this round, they'll be okay with that, I think. But if they play this well, they could still win. Well, actually, maybe not now. Mole last man standing. That bomb is going to be defused very easily, and Mole is the Lone Ranger. But it's all to no avail. So after 5 great rounds from myXMG, Team Alternate have restored order. It's now 4-5.
Yeah, it's getting nice and close here. This is what we want to see, but I want to see myXMG picking up now. You can see that Mole really stepped up. Zed as well towards those sites. You can't write out the rest, but Red Snake's been very quiet so far. Only getting 1 kill, I believe, at the moment. So in the 10th round, let's see what they have in store here. So 3 more towards A, 2 towards B. Critical through mid. And let's see if they can find anything here. And the CT side, bit of a usual start now. Not doing the 3B stack too long. Going back to what they know. Mole, nice nade up short. Does catch Sonic down. Oh, beautiful follow-up there. And there we go. Finishing shot coming from Critical. And that is exactly what they wanted to do. Clinical stuff. And now 5v4. So only being able to see a pixel so far, but that's clearly enough. Flashes over the top from Felix, hoping to catch someone there through double doors. Not so lucky this time, but Red Snake taking the kill onto Asmo. Nice coming in shot from Felix, but still it's all been dribs and drabs. No massive push being made yet. It does seem as though the T-side are starting to make their through. Steel's plan of catching the rotate coming out and not going too well for him. Bringing it back to a 3v3. The T-side are sitting pretty, all full HP. Looking good to get this bomb down at the very least. Mole is going to hop up. And Rack is in a good place to challenge. Not going to happen. So, time for the afterplant. Felix by long, Red Snake by long. Finally, a nice snap-on shot there. Takes him out. 3v2. Flash is going in. Rack could be in trouble. He's fought his way out of it. He's shooting his own teammate, which probably wasn't ideal. But now Zed stuck on the side, gets dropped by IDQ. Now Red Snake in a 1v2. He's going to have to pick up 4 this round if he wants to win this one. He's gone back in. He's got 3. He's got to find 1 more. He's dancing between the bullets. The time is ticking. Has he done just about enough? IDQ does not have that much time. He's going back in. He's stepped up and he's finally done the job. 4 kills for Red Snake that round, and that was hard fought by him. I gave him grief at the start, saying he barely turned up to the scoreboard, but he certainly has now. He's catching up to Critical already after just that round. 5-7 for him, and 4-6 overall, still in favour to the T side. Yeah, welcome to the server, Red Snake. That was absolutely brilliant. 4-man in the game, and Critical starts things off here in round number 11 with a kill on Rack. Yeah, question mark from Rack. It's like replying in kind. It's 1 for 1 in the AWP stakes right now. There's a clue, Rack, at the start of your name right now. There's a star, a D, an E, an A, and a D, and then another star. It's a fairly big clue as to what happened. XMG then, and Solic hasn't been absolutely 100% on it all night, but in the last few rounds has definitely warmed that AWP up to this round already. In towards short, they try and come again. There's a 2-man push, but that grenade's going to do a little bit more damage, and here comes Felix round the back. Damage done, and Red Snake actually continuing where he left off in the last round. Disposes of Felix now. Time again becoming a bit of an enemy here of XMG. 30 seconds remaining. 6-4 up. Oh, look at that fake.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. XMG set up to go B and have confused the hell out of Team Alternate and have now got a plant on the A bomb site. They know that it's A now as well. IDQ is underneath in CT Spawn. He will have called this, but I'm not entirely convinced they're going to go for this. Let's just wait and see. Well, reinforcements are coming. Asmo's going to come from long here. IDQ's literally just sitting down there and taking damage from grenades. They've got to make a move if they're going to do this, and it's going to depend on the pick from Asmo, but he hasn't made one yet. Here comes Sonic round the corner. Does get the first entry kill. They're going to get a second? No. Mole's going to shut that one down on Sonic. IDQ comes back now. 2-man. Oh, Mole! Absolutely brilliant. Double from Mole on the bomb site, and myXMG now leads 7-4.
And that was beautiful play. That fake through mid, as you said, the time was ticking. They had to make the choice, and they went for it, and, well, it paid off. Awesome stuff. I think Mole deserves a medal for the way he's been playing right now. Zed as well has been stepping up exactly when it mattered. So, beautiful, beautiful stuff. It's a bit of a 4-1 split at the moment. The vast majority of the UK side looking towards B. Felix could be in trouble. He only has a pistol as well, so the money situation really starting to be a bit of a point for Team Alternate. But he's in a bit of a cheeky place to wait. Well, it was cheeky. It was cheeky, but Steel's like, no, you're not even having a chance into this.
Steel's got observer mode on or something, isn't he? What the hell?
I do not know. I don't even want to know, but it paid off anyway. Anyway, Critical backing away the AWP. If you look on your minimap, he could be in... For some reason, I thought that landed anyway. Asmo has taken down Critical, but the rest of the CT side are starting to full. Solid going low, 23 HP. Asmo's just going to get the hell out of that with that AWP.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah, indeed, he found Critical there, so that's a little bit of a silver lining to this round. But anyway, it's a simple one. It should have gone this way. myXMG having a bit of a clean sweep, bar Critical being caught out there just in the back. And with the bomb plant down, they're just going to go and catch the rest of the CTs as they can find them. So, good round there. 8-4 should be the scoreline. And myXMG picking up a little bit now.
Yeah, so 5 in a row at the start.
Yep.
Then 4 in a row from Alternate, and now 3 in a row for myXMG. Want to talk about momentum at all? I mean, that's what this game is all about, momentum. And right now, it's the Brits who have it. They will have a half-time lead, guaranteed, but they will also want to convert these last 3 rounds, because 11-4 on the half would be very good. It's a T-side map, sure, but 11-4 would be lovely for them. Completely the opposite, of course, for alternate. They will want the next 3 because that will keep it as close as they can possibly do. 8-7 on CT side is fine. This time round, things slowed down a little bit. They've made some really good entries though on both sides, particularly in round 11 with that fake in the B. Really nicely set up. Critical. If only he knew how close he was to being able to take that chap's head off. In the nicest possible way, of course. And well, Felix dicing with danger, he doesn't know it. But are we going to get a B push now? Steel and Mole creeping in towards the site. Rack senses the danger. Flash comes off the wall, pops round the corner and gets the first. And Felix is now going to come back round. Perfect timing from him. Does he get the second? No, not quite. And this one hasn't been quite the incision into the B bomb site that we've seen in the past, although they have now picked up a couple of frags. And that's going to ease the pain. Short range shot from Critical. First one misses. The rescope works though, and Asmo drops. And now it's a 3v2, but they're all very damaged here. Critical again is able to pick up the kill on IDQ. They've got 1 man remaining now, and Sonic is not going to be able to do this and has run away for his life. He's going to save that pistol, that valuable piece of equipment. And all joking aside, myXMG will now lead 9-4. I will admit, Pansy and I spoke before we came on air this evening. Yep. We looked at this game. We looked at this game and we said, and I said, don't know. Watched XMG last week. We're a bit pants. Don't think we should do that again. Pansy said, yeah, but don't forget they didn't have Critical. And I said, yeah, true. Does make a difference. Okay, maybe. And I tell you what, they've proved to be very, very worthy of our first game of the evening because they are playing very well indeed. Although I have to say, Alternate haven't really stepped up just yet. I've not seen a huge amount other than Sonic and a little bit from Asmo. The rest have been poor by their standards anyway.
Yeah, I've been watching these guys a fair bit. The German EPS finals weren't too long ago. Certainly talented, but today the pace has been completely dictated to them. It's been them catching up more than anything.
Hang on a minute though, because there's a... Well, I was going to say they're going to all push towards B, but maybe they're not now. Yeah. What do you know?
Well, we'll see if anyone's going to break the silence here. Critical having a little bit of an exchange down those lower B tunnels. Grenade will knock back. I believe, I'm not sure who that was actually.
I think it was Asmo.
It's Asmo going aggressive. Fair enough. Look at IDQ, good positioning there. And he does manage to take down Red Snake, and Felix has found Critical, and actually they're doing work now. 1v3 in favour to the CT side. By all rights, this should not have gone this way. 25 seconds now remain, but somehow Zed needs to get back into this. I think that knife, a little bit of a swish there of frustration, kind of sums this up. They've let this one go to waste, pretty much.
I think they've called it as well. I think he heard him going long. And yeah, they called this. They've called this. They know that he's going there, and he's going to drop.
Wow.
So, 9-5 now. And that was a bit sloppy from XMG.
That was very sloppy.
They won't
Team
be
Ultimate had an AWP and a couple of pistols.
Yeah.
Their rotate then probably didn't need to happen. They could have just powered through on B personally, but I don't know.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, and both of them leg each other. So Critical down to 23, Solek down to 25. I'd say that was on as even, although Solek will probably claim that one via the 2 points of extra health he did damage. So now, what do we get? Double AWP setup from Alternate. Just the single on Critical once more for myXMG. Last round of the half. And it's either 9-6 or 10-5. I know that sounds obvious, but that's a big difference. I mean, it's 5 or 3 rounds when we go into the half, but it would be a big ask for Alternate to come back from 10-5. 9-6, not so much. It's only a pistol win and then a couple of conversions, and we're back all square again. Tense last round. 40 seconds on the clock. Neither side having lost a man just yet. Is this an A? No, it's an A fake. And 4 men through the mid. They're going to get ploughed on here by Felix, who's just going to line them up here, one after the other. They absolutely get pulverised by Felix. He's picked up 2 of those, and I think actually he did damage to all 4 that were running through. And now still reloading through the window, almost gets picked off. He's now the last man alive. Does pop out through the door, gets 1. Can he get a second? He can! He's not going to get the last 2 though, and still falls to the hands of the Orb of Berserk. And that will be good half. 9-6 in favour of myXMG. But I have to say, Lauren, I think it could have been even better had they not been so sloppy in round 14.
Yeah, it went to absolute pieces then for them. They got picked apart. No real kind of focus towards where they're pushing towards the NFL, as though they left it a little bit too late to actually kind of amalgamate their push towards any site. They went towards B, did the thing in mid, didn't really get the advantage and kind of withered at that point. But still, there's work to be done, but Team Alternate can certainly get back into this now. 6-9 is not an impossible scoreline at all.
No,
bearing in mind the map, these guys can certainly turn things around. But I also want to bring a little bit of a note to what's happening outside of just this game. We are keeping eyes on, and Astana Dragons are only 8-6 up against Team Solemn at the moment. That is highly, highly worrying for these guys, because by all rights, Astana Dragons are so much stronger than Team Solemn, for example. They're not a bad side, don't get me wrong.
Let's show you those actually on the screen right now,
because
we can bring these up for you now.
These are the live stats going on right now. So obviously you're seeing our game carrying at the moment, and in the middle there, Team Alternate against myXMG. You know what's happening there. But look at this very bottom game. Astana Dragons 8-6 up, and it was 6-6 at one point. I was kind of keeping eyes on as much as I could, because I saw it's going like, no. That's a very close scoreline.
Yeah, I mean, if you go through those, I mean, in theory, Enro Griffin should win the first one, but that's quite close still, 10-8.
Yep.
Second game, I would have thought Eyes on You would have won that, but look at that. Mayhem have led that 12-5. That's a really good scoreline for them. Refuse should be the winners in match number 3, and they currently are. Obviously, we don't have our game. I mean, out of all of those, you'd have to say the ones that are most astonishing so far is the Eyes on You game and the Astana Dragons one.
Yeah. There's certainly upsets happening, so we're going to bring you as many updates as we can. We are just waiting for this, the game we're currently in, to kick back off. So once that happens, we'll be obviously back into that one. But this is certainly a surprise. I'm not going to take anything away from Team Solemn. Can't really doubt them. They're good within their own right, but certainly not 6-6 Astana Dragons good in my eyes. It's Inferno. It's not like it's Nuke or it's drastically one-biased-sided map. It's pretty darn even. So it's only doing their homework.
We are ready to go back live in our game. So let's drop you into the server for the second half of myXMG versus Team Alternate. We are, of course, in the RaidCall EMS 1 Cup number 3 of the full season, our 3rd season of the year and the last one of the year, as we get underway to try and find our 3rd champion of 2013. Already Ninjas in Pyjamas winning Season 1, Very Games winning Season 2. Who's Season 3? This is where it starts. Cup number 3 right now is well underway in our first match of the evening, with myXMG really starting fast out of the box for those first 5 rounds, but it's this time round 1 for 1 so far. Here comes Rack, still struggling. Oh, I thought we were going to get the knife kill coming out, but no, Asmo and Rack combine to pick up a pair of kills in that mid area, and it's now a 4v1. I mean, how on earth did that happen so quickly? The good news for Zed is, and it needs some good news right now, is that 3 of them have less than 100 health between them. They're effectively like one guy, but of course they don't fire like one guy. However, lovely double, and they weren't the guys that were low health. So IDQ and Felix now, who have 76 between them, versus Zed, who's already done one. That grenade will do a little bit more damage. Here comes Felix, and he will take the head off the top of myXMG Zed. And Team Alternate win the pistols on the second half, and that could be a big round for the Germans.
Yeah, this should go all even. By usual standards, it should be 9-9. We've seen things change, though. We saw how aggressive myXMG just got there with the pistols. Maybe, you know, on this round, going aggressive might pay off. I don't think they'll do it again. Maybe they've learned their lesson there. But we're going to have to see what they do. Have the superior weapons, a little bit more confidence. They know that they can bring this all even in the next couple of rounds. they're looking like they will be doing just that, so... They're with a break dancing from Critical there. But anyway, Red Snake now does manage to take out Solek. Felix pushing forward, doesn't check his score. Oh my, I didn't know I was watching Call of Duty, but anyway, Felix did find Mole there with a little bit of a skip and a leap and a jump, but Red Snake now on the rotate, gets caught by IDQ, watching the back. I don't know what they're up to, and this is a little bit, they're so sloppy, but it is going in favour of the T side. Steel now in a 1v4.
He's got this.
Hope. Yeah?
No, he's got this.
Yeah, he saw the break dancing, he's pumped up, you reckon?
He's got it.
Okay.
I mean, 7 health, 4 men are fine, no problem.
I like it. I like his odds here.
He's actually going to get owned from behind as well.
Oh, is there going to be a knife?
I think there might be.
Oh, I like Steel. You know, he's a good guy.
Hasn't got any eyes for an observer, though, has he?
No. It's a worrying sight to see, isn't it? That, you know, we employ this man, essentially, at times, and he can't even abide him. Yeah. Anyway, 8-9 is the scoreline. Team Alternate are really stepping up now. Picking up that second round will get them kind of back into this game a lot more. They're on the more favourable side in aspect of bias, so they should be able to kind of build up that momentum now.
So, are we going to get another conversion? Wow, Asmo. Ridiculous headshot onto Red Snake. And what the hell just happened? That was a killer piece. They literally killed each other. How is that even possible? Anyway, Bison in the hands of Felix. Felix will do good work. And gets a second. Can he get a third? Well, he just kind of walked in front of him there, Mole, and said, "Hi, I'm over here." And then shot him in the head. So, Mole, last man standing here. Oh, and nice header, son. Would have been good if you were playing football. Not so good in Counter-Strike 9-9.
I've got to say, it feels as though the CT side just want to get those 3 rounds out of the way. There wasn't much going on other than let's push them and see what we can do. Maybe get a couple of kills. So hopefully this is when we start seeing a bit more resistance from myXMG, and maybe the current pain train of Team Alternate will slow down, but just a bit of a miss coming from Asmo, makes up with it on the second, seeing a bit of a slither of a body throughout the smoke there of Red Snake. So early advantage to that T side. 4 more victims to possibly find. And we do see that slower pace. They're happy taking their time. Felix is currently the furthest forward player for Team Alternate. Just around those B tunnels. The rest of the side way back by long. Trying to find another maybe. Trying to find an entrance here. Interesting smoke towards short. Just cutting off some vision from Critical. I'm going to pretend they mean that. And they are going to be putting Rack up there. So Rack makes his way up towards short. But myXMG trying to find a way through here. Felix now towards short with Rack. There's one player away in Shreve. Steel's in a good position. Spots out one. That's Asmo, who's generally been winning these exchanges. He already took down the one player who joined Steel.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That was stunning. There was nowhere to run for Steel then, so does get dropped by Asmo. Now unlocking long, and that's allowed Asmo to push forward. Takes down Zed. Mole now with that all-fire. Stunning follow-up shot. Not only taking down Felix, taking out Asmo as well. And now 2 AWPs against 3 members of the T side pretty much. Bomb down and ticking. Critical and Mole. You really going to go for this one? I don't know, actually. Looking at Critical, he's going to be at least going up towards short. Mole is still watching long. They're very tentative, but they should have been a little bit more tentative there. Solek and IDQ will find the 2 remaining members of myXMG, and from what could have been an awesome round there for them, it slipped away. So first gun round in the second half will go to Team Alternate.
Yeah, I mean, I like the double AWP setup on CT, but at the same time, in that situation where they've lost both, that's really expensive. I mean, it makes no difference, I guess, because they were on eco next round anyway, but they would have had 2 AWPs, and that still gives them an opportunity. Right now, though, not much. Sonic down to a point of health. It's not making any difference. They're just picking them off 1 for 1 right now. IDQ is sitting here in mid. He will drop. Well, no, actually wins the battle against Zed. And we're now at a 3v2. So expensive round from Alternate this time round. And Red Snake gets another one. They're now at a 2v2. And they've both got guns. Have they? Whoa, I don't know. They've got one. Felix will pick off Mole. And Red Snake now 1 versus 2. He's already had a 4-man in the first half. And, of course, bomb has to be found right now. I'm not sure that Red Snake knows exactly where it is because he's not close at hand here, and they do have the bomb in hand now. 40 seconds to go. And Red Snake, I think he will have heard them short from where he was in mid. And indeed, he's now rotating back towards CT spawn. And we'll wait. They need to stick together here as well, because there's not a huge amount of health on Rack. He's going to try and plant this. And Red Snake will now know. Creeps forward. Round to the left-hand side. Will show himself. Oh, Felix! Oh, my goodness! How has he won that? I have no idea. Actually, Rack picked up the frag in the end. Red Snake will be really disappointed. He caught Felix there, not holding a weapon, and should have then won that battle, and then would have had one man to kill who was on 20 health. It's 11-9 now for Team Alternate.
Yeah, and even though myXMG did pick up, you know, a massive amount of kills that round, and they were already initially on that eco, it's such a shame to see it not going their way at the very end there. But anyway, Sonic was on the receiving end of the initial grenades, taking him down to 63 HP with that AWP. So 11-9 the overall scoreline. It's time for myXMG to start turning things around here. They do have the weapons. Let's see if they can do it. T-side taking their time. Well, took just enough time to take down Critical, so exchange of the AWPs going in favour to Team Alternate. 4v5 now. And they know that that mid area is slightly opened up. More still running with the AWP as well. They like this double AWP setup. No smokes and nades. He needs to kind of be careful of those double doors. He knew Critical was watching it, and now it's slightly unguarded. Flashes coming through. We are seeing a bit of a slow round again from the T side. Start working their way towards A now. Rack is up on short. Mole knows about it. Doesn't connect the shot though. Has to back away. The T side still trying to find their way through here more than anything. It's Felix with the bomb, so that's the all-important player right now. And they have made their way through the double doors in mid as well. And this could be trouble. Rack has perfectly held that. Made sure that the last couple of players of myXMG would fall to his hand. He takes down 2. Still now in a 1v5. If he wants to get back into this, it's such an uphill struggle. It's unreal. And he's only on 47 HP. Bomb is ticking now. He knows he's in trouble.
Oh dear.
Flash has forced him out as well. They know where he is. Surely a matter of time. He's tagging them up, don't get me wrong, but he's fighting for every step. He stays alive in this more than anything. Asmo will be waiting to receive 20 HP now. It's a matter of time. Felix puts him to bed. And Team Alternate then, the execution was lovely. That little hole through mid. That all it took then. They took down one member and they just made it work instantly. Absolutely stunning. 12-9.
Yeah, and that's the kind of team play that we're used to seeing from this bunch of players, Felix, Sonic and Asmo in particular. And now with a 3-round advantage, having had a 3-round deficit when they switched round, and have now won 6 on the bounce without reply from myXMG. Oh, Steel just walks into the scope of Sonic, and Felix picks up the second one here. And this is going to be another expensive round from myXMG. They've got 2 FAMAS and M4 between the 3 of them. Red Snake does pick up the frag on Sonic now. So 4v3. And exit kills are the only thing that myXMG can pick up from now on. They are not going for this one. This will be 13-9. And what started to look like a really good game from myXMG in the first half. Remember, they were 5-0 up, and at one point they were 9-4 up. 9-4. So if you count the first half and the second half, Alternate have now taken 9 consecutive rounds without reply, and that is not a good story if you're an XMG fan.
Yeah, it's starting to look pretty dire. Mole's sitting still very much at the top, but they're just not making a dent into this into these rounds at all. They're completely locked out. They've been completely outgamed. They're looking to make the difference here down long. Red Snake, Critical, and Steel were there, both challenging very early. Didn't actually get any sort of payback from that, but you can look at the buys. You can see the FAMAS there in the hands of Zed and Mole. They're not looking good for money. You can see the impact of the last 9 rounds have really caused here. So Mole trying to hold the double doors this time. Not Critical in this little setup. He might be joining in though. You'll see slow play once again, but Rack then just knowing the Red Snake will be around that corner, takes him out, 5v4, and bearing in mind they've been able to execute strats to end in a bomb plant only seconds after getting the initial advantage. This is what I expect to see. 52 seconds remain. They are looking at a 3 short, 2 long. But Critical and Steel are the ones defending this. Critical down with that AWP. He's adjusted from mid. Steel has found the player by long, so they are holding this back. Nice following up shot from myXMG. That's Critical taking down IDQ. Zed onto Felix. Finally, they're taking us down. They've worked it out, and they've worked out just about enough to bring that scoreline back to something that isn't so dire. 13-10, but it's a long road back for them. Just mentally, that round has to mean the world to them, because that's 9-1 rounds in the second half here. It's a massive amount of...
Yeah, really nicely set up there from myXMG. A couple of really big kills on short from Critical. And yeah, 13-10's an awful lot better than 14-9, that's for sure. 14-9 is pretty much GG after that. 13-10, not quite so much. And of course, the onus is always on the Germans to do something. Being on the T side. XMG can be a little bit more passive about things. Wait for the game to come to them, which is exactly what they did in that last round. 6 left after this one. Alternate need 3 to advance through to the round of 16. And both these teams need points at the moment in the RaidCall EMS 1. Alternate just sitting inside the 16, XMG just outside. And well, it's a flash fest just outside of the B bomb site, but it's the XMG guys who are winning the battle so far. But here comes Sonic. He's come through in towards this B bomb site and does pick up the frag onto Mole. Can he get a second? Yes, he can. On to Critical. And now a 3v2. Bomb about to be planted as well. Is it? Oh, that grenade. Now a flash comes in. They've waited too long, I think, here. And Sonic's now missed a close range shot onto Steel, who picks up the frag. Can he get a second one? Red Snake firing down now onto Felix. And it's a 2v2. Bomb is down and not ready to be planted. Here comes Asmo, though. Oh, my goodness. They're going to win the round here. And they really shouldn't have done. They did brilliant work, XMG, in getting that site secured. And then somehow threw it away at the end of the round. Great play from Team Alternate. They lead 14-10.
I've got to ask you the real quick question here. Do you feel the fact that, you know, Critical went towards A then? In the last couple of rounds, he adapted from mid towards A. Do you think that, well, Team Alternate just read that completely and started pushing mid?
They may well have done. Yeah, they may well have done. I think it's more that it's just ended up the way it's... I mean, really well done to control that bomb site. Certainly. And then throw it away. It just seemed odd. Bomb was down inside the site. It was their control. Yep. And yet somehow weren't able to set up the right crossfires to nail the last 2. Yeah, really upsetting to see if you are a myXMG fan. It's not looking good right now. Team Alternate only 1 round away on getting onto map point and match point. These are only best of 1s. So 5v3, Red Snake, Zed and Steel to try and deny this round going into the hands of the Germans. And it all comes down to this. Sure did connect, I think. No, the nade certainly will anyway. So we're not going to see them at least working out where the opponent is. Felix still keeping eyes on those B tunnels. Red Snake fending them off by the double doors. He's not landing the shots. He has landed that one. Takes out Rack. And then we are seeing this push is kind of being worked out. They are going to make their way towards the side. It's Red Snake to receive. Zed denies as well. This is going very nicely for them now. Bomb is down by B, but you can see Asmo split up towards A. He's been trying to challenge Steel. He's just going to get the hell out of there. He knows what's going on. The time is ticking. They've got the bomb. Let's see if they can make up for that last round this time around. Yes, they can. Red Snake takes out Solek, and now only Asmo stands. Steel already spotted him. They've got to know where he's coming from. That flash will surely give it away. And now it's got to be... Oh my word, don't tell me you can do this, Asmo. The time is ticking. 10 seconds remain. No way in hell is Red Snake going to let this happen, and he won't. 14-11. Finally, myXMG learned how to make a crossfire work on that side. But I've got to say, I got a little bit nervous then with Asmo there. Always get a little bit nervous when Asmo goes on a rampage with a pistol, that's for sure. Red Snake with a 4-man again in that round. That's the second time he's done that. So if you count those 2 rounds out, he's only actually got 6 frags in the entire game. But nevertheless, when you can step up and do 4 men, I suppose it's all good. 14-11 now. And XMG really do need to continue winning ways. I thought for a moment, actually, in that last round, they were dead and buried. I really did. There's a couple of moments actually where they were down a man, down 2 men, and Red Snake's 4-man turns it around for them, despite missing 2 very early AWP shots as well. If he's watching this on the VOD afterwards, we'll scrub them out, don't worry. We'll delete them. Because the rest of the round was fantastic. And myXMG not forcing this one. 3-2 split once more from them. Is 4 sitting around. Well, 2 on short, 1 in mid, 1 pushed through mid right now, and here's Asmo at long. So they've got options here. 40 seconds to go, but they're going to have to make a decision fairly soon as Sonic picks up the first kill. Rack also trying to do a little bit of damage here, and he will get dropped by Critical's AWP. Asmo, though, just walks into a face full of M4 from Red Snake. And, well, this isn't working, is it? Alterna are going to have to try and find a different way of attacking the bomb sites right now, although if they go for B here, they might be able to get into the site. Oh, IDQ gets a double. Can he get a third? They're running out of time. They don't need to do this right now, but they've let him off the hook right now. That's what myXMG have done. They've absolutely let Alternate off the hook. They should have had this round in the bag. And now the bomb is planted and it's a 1v2. It's Red Snake again to the rescue. Into the bomb site, trying to come through the window. He's got actually both men are to the left-hand side, which he possibly won't expect now. He knows one's going to be inside the B corridors, and that is IDQ, and he's tagged him heavily now. He's down to 7 health here. Sonic's waiting. I don't think he knows where it is, and he is going to pop out and take him down. And Alternate now will move to match point with a 15-11 lead.
Yeah, and I've got to say, the sad fact of that was Felix had the bomb then. The exchange with Steel in the double doors could have made that completely into a myXMG round.
Yes.
Just that bomb dropping that for 1 second could have been it, but it's the way it goes, 15-11.
I absolutely thought when he got caught there in that mid and that bomb went down, I thought, oh, they're not going to be able to do this.
Yeah. It's a close game either way. The rounds really don't necessarily reflect some of the way these individual rounds has been going down. Anyway, let's have a look into this. You can see the money situation not looking very good at all.
It's awful. I mean, you think this is match point as well.
This is the best they could get. This is all they've got left now. So 5v5 still. Zed receiving a face full of damage early on, down to 38 HP. Critical tagged up as well. And the German side not taking it lightly, though. They know that they may be up against a slightly lighter brought-up team, but they're not rushing this one. They know how much this means. They need to start building those points. They are only ranked 15 at the moment. Let's see if they can start edging and building what they've already got here. So up short we go. Zed and Mole laying wait by those double doors. They might have an idea where they are now. Zed already rotating towards there. I can imagine that's Steel coming back round as well. Very slow round. 38 seconds on the board here. They're going to start making their moves. Zed has spotted the vast majority. Lovely shot onto Rack. Steel follows onto Solic. They're going to try and deny this one, but here comes the rotate. Who's going to be there to catch it? It's Critical. Goes down quickly to IDQ. Mole finally steps up, though, with just a pistol. Takes him out. Looking towards Felix now. Oh, stunning shot from Mole. One more to find, and they could just hold on for another round. And Mole does it. Somehow picking up 3 then with just a pistol to hand.
Crazy.
Just dismantling the opponents. And when a round by all rights should go to the T side, it seems to swing the other way. 12-15 is the scoreline. It is still match point. Wow, this game is heating up.
Some fun exchanges between them. Nice shot, says Asmo. Mole says, aha, thank you. It was more like, ha ha ha, thank you. Nevertheless, that's pushed Alternate back onto a save now as Rat gets very feisty in mid with that Glock and will pick up the first kill of the round on Mole. There's a little bit of revenge and payback all in one swift foul swoop with that Glock. Alternate now need to find 4 more myXMG players, and they will go through to the round of 16 as Mole and Still actually picks up the grenade kill onto Asmo in the end, and we're 1 for 1. An advantage here for myXMG, and making it work very nicely indeed is Zed. He picks up the first one, does a whole host of damage to the second and the third as well. He'll get a second one here before finally Critical falls, and Red Snake will clean things up with Zed going the final kill. He gets a 3-man from that one, and the eco bash is complete, and myXMG are still holding on to a thin line to victory right now at 13-15 down.
2 rounds. That's all they've got to get here. You say that though, but that's half of all they've actually picked up this half. So it's still a tough task for them by all rights. But maybe they can just about do it. We are seeing a big push towards long. IDQ finding 2 already there. Felix was just testing the waters by B, but IDQ on that hat trick. This is looking like it's going to be Team Alternate unless Zed and Mole can do something absolutely magical. They're not in the best position. They're going to have to fight literally uphill. And now,
hi, to the right-hand side, to the right-hand side. Oh, okay, never mind.
Not going to happen.
I thought he was going to. Oh, what the hell?
Molt is still doing something, though. He's still alive and kicking here. He knows what he's in for. Picked up 2. He did have the AWP. Going to switch up for the AK. Try a bit of short play. See if he can find something. Maybe not. Teasing out by short. Going to look back towards that ramp. Nading up towards it. Asmo tucked in on the side. Player just the right. Oh my word, he has taken down Sonic 1v1. Clock is ticking. Mole, can you seriously get 4 to keep your team alive in this? He spotted him. No! Asmo denies at the last hurdle. And Team Alternate will certainly be happy with that one as they have taken down myXMG. And that could be the nail in the coffin there overall for these guys. Wow. That was a close game, though, I've got to say it.
It was very close. 16-30. I think XMG will be, should be very happy and very proud about the fact that they put up such a great fight against a multiple EPS champion side in Team Alternate. On the other hand, they'll also be disappointed to go down in that game as well. So, I don't know. I'm frustrating in a way for myXMG, really but I don't think you can take anything away from Alternate. When you think they were 9-4 down at one point.
That is very true. They
really impressive comeback from Alternate.
They're a talented bunch, though. That's the thing. It's always everyone always says it's a surprise to see them do well, but it's like, but they always kind of they may not be the top team, but they always kind of step up when it matters and they get the results in. And you've seen it there. It may not be pretty, it may not be the cleanest way through, but they do pick them up. So that's why they were in round 15. I can imagine they'll probably go up there.
Have you got the stats from that game?
I'm going to see if we can. Let's have a little look. Bear with.
Because if we've got this, then it might be quite cool, but
it might not be updated just yet.
Maybe not. Let's just
give it a couple of minutes.
All right, we might come back to those anyway, and hopefully
catching up with itself.
We've got some cool stuff from eBot.
We do.
Hopefully
we do at least
that fixes it. Can we go and have a look at the games that are going on right now, results-wise? Let's have a look at those.
So yeah,
3D Max leading 12-8 against the Lions. So. Looks like they should be okay. Agent 12-7 down to high grade. Cowabunga on the verge of beating the other Brits, Vexstar. Astana Dragons now 11-6.
Picked it up, very much so.
6-6 with Team Solemn. Alternate, we've already seen win. They're slightly behind on that game. Enro Griffins beat Vikings in the end. And Miam Gaming, congratulations to them. 16-6 winners over Eyes on You. And Team Refuse also coming through to the round of 16 with a 16-12 win.
Yeah, so both teams doing well there. And I think Team Refuse is actually even on points with Alternate. So they need every victory they can get. They're still sitting around that kind of mid-table essentially, but they're still at the bottom of who can actually go through to the finals. So
I mean, anywhere from sort of 8th place downwards right now. Is still eligible for a bucket load of points that could push them into the top 8 at any moment. In fact, secure them a position this week. We might see actually a few more teams secure their places in the RaidCall EMS1 playoffs, which are coming up towards the end of the season. We're going to take a very quick break, and when we come back, we will have our second game of the evening, and we'll find out exactly what it'll be, so stay tuned. Send us your suggestions via Twitch and, of course, on Twitter. Don't forget to follow the official social media channels at RaidCall EMS1 and also on Facebook.com/RaidCall EMS1. We'll be right back with game number 2 of the RaidCall EMS1 Fall Cup number 3.
Professional grade communication tool. The choice of professional teams. Perfect stream viewing experience. Chosen by online streamers. Easy to use voice messenger service. Chosen